Tonight on the Super Important Show, the streets run wild with whoppers, wine, and stolen golden toilets. I am one of your hosts, Justin Diodato, and with me, as always, is my amazing co-host, Heather Jules Booth. Hello, Heather Jules Booth.
Hello, when the camera cuts me, I was like, hello.
Tonight we have wonderful special guests, Melissa Parker Caron. Hello! Hello! A actor, narrator, and daydreamer. Melissa, for people who don't know you, give us a little bit about who you are, what you do, what's your story?
Wow, what do I do? What don't I do? I have been an actor and narrator and voiceover artist, a part-time improviser for almost a decade now. Former musician in a band called History a long time ago, many moons ago, before pre-Google, obviously, because you can't Google history band music.
Did you have an insane MySpace presence, or was it even predate MySpace?
I wouldn't say insane, but definitely had a MySpace.
Okay.
Right. You could, at one time you could buy our CD at Target.
Awesome.
Oh,
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's like a big deal.
Yeah, that's famous.
Yeah.
That's pretty famous.
Yeah, it's not.
It is to me. You're famous to me.
No, I also consider that fame. So
Yeah, our CD was in Best Buy. Like, that's kind of fun.
Nice. Nice. I had no idea. I'm very impressed.
I'm a bad friend because I didn't know that either.
No, you're a great friend, really.
Well, now you're saying I'm a bad friend too, and I didn't.
Justin and I over here being the bad friends.
Yeah. I was just embarrassed. I didn't think I was a bad friend, but apparently you're upping me.
I just had to heighten, that's all.
All right, folks. Are we ready to get into World You Crazy? We're ready into our first segment?
Good. The world is so crazy.
Oh boy, yes. Here we go, everybody. So, this story went one place, and then it went a different place that I feel like this story kind of buries.
Okay.
So here we go.
Let's do it.
Headline: 4 men charged in theft of satirical golden toilet titled America that is located in Winston Churchill's birthplace.
Mm-hmm.
So this 4 men were charged on Monday over the theft of an 18-karat gold toilet from the palace in the country mansion where British wartime leader Winston Churchill was born. The toilet was valued at £4.8 million, which for American dollars is $5.95 million, and it was an artwork titled America, intended as a satire about excessive wealth. It was designed by an Italian conceptual artist and was part of an art installation near the city of Oxford, where suddenly it vanished. So the Crown Prosecution Service said it authorized criminal charges against 4 men ages 35 through 39, a very specific age range. I already was like, what a specific group. They're accused of burglary and conspiracy to transfer criminal property. Several other people had been arrested, but no charges had been brought until Monday, 4 years after this toilet had been stolen. Now, the toilet has never been found. And later in the story, somebody says, I don't even think the toilet is in the shape of a toilet anymore. If you have that much gold, it seems likely someone's already managed to dispose of it one way or another. Which I was like, pretty accurate.
I mean, it's not easy to hide. It's not.
No, right. So that was the thing I thought too. I'm like, first of all, how do you heist this? This is a large object. Art
Heavy too, right?
It has to be. I mean, even if it's like plated, there's no way that's light. It's a toilet. Right? Like,
Yeah.
What are you doing with this? Okay, right? So however you've managed to successfully steal this toilet, you've done it.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get away? And then where are you putting it? And then, if you are, as I believe this person is suggesting, melting it down so you can get the gold, Where are you doing that? Where are you melting it down? Oh, in your sink? No. Like, what? I'm so.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's where we need Joy, because Joy would know how to do that. Like,
where's Joy when we need her? Joy would be able to tell us exactly what's going on. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
believe
you
she
break
is-
it apart into little pieces first, right?
yeah,
Right?
gold is
Yeah.
soft. Gold is one of your softer metals. You can.
It is. But this is still like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, like, did they hide it? Did they hide it?
Where did they just like? I'm picturing
that-
so like
Because is that
you know-
their other intention? Is like, if I'm going to hide a gold toilet, my intention is that I want to either give it back. Like, if I steal a gold toilet, I'm gonna immediately, like, that seat is coming off, and I'm gonna,
I
like,
think if you steal
melt
a
it
gold
down.
toilet, you're not bringing it back. Like,
No.
but I agree. Are you stealing it to melt, or are you stealing it so that secretly somewhere in your home you have a freaking gold toilet? I don't know.
No, I'm not pooping on gold. I'm selling gold. I don't need that. Like,
your poop is already gold. Why would you need
Right.
to put it in a gold toilet?
exactly.
Yeah, think of the joke potential. The next time someone's like, "Oh, you bet you shit gold," and you're like,
Yeah.
"I do."
Yeah.
Actually.
No, but here's also the other thing. Like, and I'm not talking about you guys. I just want to preface it by saying, and I'm not talking about you guys. One of my friends would narc. Like, if they came over to my place and they saw a gold toilet, there'd be a certain amount of like, "Hey, man, what's going on?" And then obviously they're going to see the show like this and be like, "Hey, there's a stolen gold toilet," and they're gonna get their reward. You guys wouldn't do that because you guys are cool. Like,
No, because I would be like, "This is freaking cool." I would probably take a picture with it and then never tell
So my next question is, how many gold toilets are there actually in, like, the known universe? Like, how many exist?
So, excellent question.
Is that
I
in the article?
I believe this is the only one because it was an
Wow.
art installation.
And I love that it was called America, a says tire.
And but here's my favorite. Here, two extra favorite parts of this article, and this is the part of the article that made me go, "This story is even deeper than I thought." So first of all, I forgot to mention that they did indicate that its removal, however it did get sneak removed, it caused significant damage and flooding. So it also wasn't like they
working?
heisted it. Yeah. It's
Wait.
not like they just heisted it into the night. They like ripped it out and caused flooding.
It was functional? I
It
didn't
was
know.
Working?
Oh,
Gold.
Dustin. Okay, so that brings me to my second part, the other part of this story. So here is what you were actually allowed to do. Visitors to the exhibition would book 3-minute appointments to use the toilet individually and privately to experience unprecedented intimacy with a work of art. And I'm telling you right now, Dustin, that was the point where I saw the link and I sent it to you and I was like, this is the best.
Yeah.
This story is amazing.
I did not get to that part in the story.
Good. Surprise.
How did I not know that I could have shat in a
You
gold
could have shared
toilet?
First of all, can you shit in 3 minutes? Which we need to discuss. 3 minutes. to
I'm a mom of a
experience
5-year-old with
intimacy
one bathroom.
with this work of art.
So yes, 3 times. Okay.
Oh my God, right. Could you imagine if you just booked back-to-back appointments where you were just like, okay, but I'm just going to do 3 more minutes. Okay, 3 more minutes.
See,
Wow.
I would. My thing is like, I'm 100% sure that I could poop in 3 minutes. It's more a question of like, I would sit down and I'd be like, everybody's right out there. I'm freaking out. I can't poop in 3 minutes if everybody's listening. Like,
Right, because you know people are listening, like they're listening to hear, are you done? Are you flushing? Are you using the sink?
right.
Like, we've all been in a Starbucks bathroom where we've been like, do you hear anything?
Oh, forget it. Okay, so a place that all 3 of us perform at is a place called The Tank, and there's a space on the 6th floor. And the bathroom on the 6th floor has 2 things about it that freak me out. One, it's unisex, which is fine. If you want to be unisex, fine. But I feel
It's
self-conscious about it.
aggressively unisex.
It's a great, yeah. And there's a sign that says, you must keep the door open,
Yeah.
which means you go
Well,
there.
It makes it uncomfortable because the urinal is very
That-
close to the sink.
That's why I call it aggressively unisex. Like, I am all for no gender unisex
Just
toilets.
make it all stalls.
Yeah.
But you walk in and you're just like, all right. So, like,
None of
there
them
have
are
been
gold.
nights we're doing shows there, and I'm just like, hey, I don't care, but I don't know how the guys feel. Like, they're standing in a urinal, I'm walking in, I'm like, all right, I'm fine, but are you guys?
I'll tell you this right now. I would say that I probably, out of the times that I've gone in there to use it, I would say 5 out of 6, I just panic, flush the toilet, and leave. Like I can't do it because I was like, there's somebody right outside the door having a conversation that I know very well, and I don't want them to hear what's going on in there. So I just like pretend like I went to the bathroom and leave, and then find someplace else to go to the bathroom. But usually, like, then I'm going home, and then it's like, okay, now I'll wait an hour because of how like. Anyway, enough about that bathroom.
Yeah.
But my point is, I could not poop in a gold toilet if everybody's waiting outside and like sitting on a clock, and I got a little like timer that's telling me like, get out. Anyway, sorry.
How do you sneak it out of Winston Churchill's birthplace? Like, how did they sneak it out? Like, covered, like dressed as a baby, like. I'm trying to imagine like carrying a heavy toilet and like trying to get out of.
How did the men steal the toilet?
I mean, maybe it was that thing where like the person started making a lot of noises and everybody was just like, you know what, let's give them a minute, and then they like
just carrying it alone is like, oh, it's heavy.
Yeah.
Trying to rip it out of the plumbing.
How did you do it?
Right, but because the point, like, water is going to be seeping out real quick in this process. It's not.
You're all like, oh no!
Significant flooding and damage.
Wow, it's amazing.
Okay, so Heather, my
Speaking
question.
of flooding and damage, right?
My question to you is, who has the movie rights to this? Because I feel like we could totally make a movie about this, like based on a true story that we're just making up. Like, there's got to be a series of comedians who could do that.
That's a great heist movie. I'm on board. I'd watch it.
Yeah, let's do it. Cool.
In. We'll figure it out. It's gonna be good.
Cool. Anything else on this story, or do we want to move on?
I mean, there's always more questions about this story, but I think we're ready to move.
Okay. So then, let's move on to Melissa. Take it away.
I was going to say, speaking of flooding and damage, the NPR's story this week was, or I guess it was a little bit earlier, but is cascades of red wine flood a city's streets in Portugal after huge tanks rupture. And this happened in September. Apparently I was trying to find more information on the tanks, because what stood out to me was, and this is not, if you think about how much wine has to flood a city street, right? That's a lot. What they say is it was roughly 2.2 million liters of wine. So that's 2.2 million bottles of wine, which is like 500, would they type it out? It's 581 gallons. So you're talking about like 581 jugs of milk, but it's not milk, jugs of wine, of red wine, just all pouring into the city. Down this one street. And so a river of wine coursing down a hilly street, sluicing? What is this word? S-L-U-I-C-I-N-G. Sluicing? Sluicing over its curbs. Wow, that's a word. Thank you, NPR. I'm gonna have to look that one up. And there's a video.
Wash or rinse freely with a stream of shower or water.
Sluicing down the street. So just all the way down.
Do you want to see
guys?
Let me know when you want the video for it.
Oh, well, yeah. Let's watch all of this. Just a gush of red wine. That's so much.
This is insane.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. It looks, I mean, it's a real river of red wine.
It's like right. It's not just like a trickle. This is a river.
Yeah. Like
So,
I stopped the audio, but it's like it's enough that it's like loud. It's a loud
This
amount
is-
of water.
This is also significant flooding and damage.
Yeah.
so this wine, I think, was not actually is not drinkable wine. But the problem
Not
is
anymore.
Not- yeah.
well, I mean, maybe. But the large amount of wine was being stored at a distillery. So this is all being stored, which is so amazing. So also Portugal has the highest wine consumption rate per capita, which means for all the people in the entire country, they drink more wine than anybody else in the entire world per person, which I think is amazing. Which I did not know, actually.
I didn't either.
What's actually pretty bad about this is that this was like all the wine that they used it as an incentive to remove the wine from the market pipeline before the harvest, I guess is what's happening. So they're like clearing it out so that they can convert it into alcohol. And the 2 large tanks, they like burst and that's what happened. So they broke and they burst and they lost all of this wine. The problem is this wine, as you know, when wine sits out, it turns alcoholic on its own, and it's going to ruin the crops and the soil and ferment, and so it's done a ton of damage. So now they have a lot of like cleanup to do, which is really crazy. It's a lot of wine. So yeah, they're investigating the cause.
Yeah. I think I saw Joy in the chat. She mentioned that
I
they
did.
had good
Yeah,
wine.
she said they have great wine.
Yeah.
They do have great
And
wine.
the rats were drunk.
Yes.
Also very
Man,
true.
we should just do that here, right?
Just pour wine into the streets.
Yeah, at least they'll be drunk rats.
Yeah.
Just,
Is that
every-
better? Is that a thing that like would that make, if you had a mouse in your apartment, would it make you happier if you discovered that it was
It's just
wasted?
a little wobbly.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking for crumbs. I don't know. Sadly I've seen some wobbly poisoned critters outside, and it's kind of sad.
yeah, it is. It is.
Right, but
But
that's
I'm
good.
saying it would be funny if they were drunk.
True.
Listen, if they could suddenly talk and they were like, "Hey, you got some pizza? You got some pizza
Yeah.
up in here? I'm drunk."
Yes.
That's my impression of a drunk New York rat.
Excellent.
Wow.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think
Anything?
the only thing I can think about this is like, so I enjoy. Thank you, Joy. Joy claps. I think we all enjoy a glass of wine. It's
Yeah.
tasty. It's a tasty thing.
Yeah.
I will say I don't love the smell of red wine when it's like really just hanging out, sitting around.
That's a
So-
lot.
Right, watching this video also gave me a very visceral reaction of like,
You
like
could
I didn't.
smell it.
I could smell it, and I wasn't super happy about the way I thought it smelled.
Yeah.
And then now you make me think of like that, but now in New York City, with like the piss streets.
Ugh.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's still probably a step up. I think
Yeah.
stale red wine versus
Versus piss, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
maybe the combo isn't super great. Do we want to move on to our third story?
Yes, whatever could it be?
Yes. So our third story, we had the streets running, running rampant with wine. It turns out they can also do that with whoppers. In Newburgh, Oregon, a whopper, a giant, what they described as car-sized whopper, got away and went running down the street. Again, I have the video. That's the wrong video.
It's so good.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. It
Please. Oh.
here it
Oh.
comes.
Oh.
It is gigantic.
And it's like bouncing.
Oh. Oh my god. It is as big as a car.
Yeah.
Oh.
So-
It's just bouncing
Could you
around.
And it
imagine
just
trying to
stops?
get out?
and you're like, oh, okay, it's good, and then it keeps on
Right. You're
rolling.
like, oh, it's good. It got caught, and then it's like, nope.
Wow.
So here's the thing about that story. Beyond the fact that the video is just fun, so the actual I'm excited for the potential that didn't happen, but this whole thing happened at 6:55 in the morning. So there weren't a lot of cars around. So it for the most part, like the police even said we didn't get any reports from it at all. Like nobody called. There was no damage done. It was just a whopper that was, driving through the streets. But here's the thing. It hit one building, and the building that it hit was a smoke shop where like people are probably going to get high. So could you just imagine if we had moved the whole thing 12 hours later and there was somebody like just smoking and then a whopper came flying at their head? It would be like the most exciting, trippy, weird fucking thing that could possibly happen.
Yeah. It was just not gonna be real.
Yeah, it was
like for subliminal messages, like, oh, I'm real hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then a car-sized whopper comes flying at them.
Bouncing
Let's
towards
get
you.
a burger.
Yeah. You gotta think you manifested it. You gotta believe so, like somehow,
Wow.
or at least they're gonna sell a lot more of whatever they were selling. Like people are like, no, this is good.
Right, they're gonna turn around and just be like, give me more of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So was it an actual like branded Whopper, like from Burger King? It was a
Yeah.
blow up from Burger King.
Yeah. It wasn't just a random other burger. Like it was. It was
Because I mean, like
specifically.
Whopper, thinking like, whoa, what a Whopper of a burger! It's so big.
Wait, but where do you? So we're okay. I'm just trying to figure out, like,
So,
you're like, no, it's like one of those other random inflatable burgers that are the size of a car that people just have.
just the other
It's an
kind.
Oregon burger.
Yeah. You never know what's going on there.
So it came from an actual like in Newburgh, Oregon, a Burger King had this as like a promotional thing, and it got loose.
Yeah.
7 in the
Right.
morning.
Which is not even a thing that would be good that I would want. I would want like as a promotional thing. It's sort of like that lesson that you learn of like don't put pictures of your food on the menu because it doesn't translate. Don't put a house-sized burger in front of your like.
I want to point out too, as a mom of a kindergartner, at 7 in the morning there are kids going to school. There has to be a school bus somewhere, and you're like, check it out. There's a
It just looked so like out of Ghostbusters, the whole video.
Mhm.
It just made me think of that. I was like, this is absurd. I watched I watched the video several times. It just
oh my god. I love that this is just like surveillance parking lot footage.
It is. That's
Yes.
how they got it. That's the only reason they knew like what was going on.
and it's when it bounces. It just sort of bounces. And it's like
It
flopping
kind of
along.
looks like this truck.
It does
Like, is this
actually.
truck trying to be a Whopper?
And you're like, oh, it's fine. It's good. And it's like, oh no.
Okay, bye.
Did you ever did they say how they ended up retrieving this? Did they get it back?
They did not. They just said that there was they said there was no damage and no like literally like other than these camera shots, people were just like, oh yeah, that happened, which is weird. Like,
How far away from Portland is Newburgh?
I don't
They're
know.
like, oh, there goes another Whopper.
Yeah,
It feels like it's got to be close, right? Yeah.
I feel like it must be, but like, yeah, if anybody in chat is from Newburgh, let us know. Or Portland.
Let us know if this was your local story.
Also, it's Newburgh, like burger.
Exactly.
Burger. Ah! I didn't make that connection. That's so true.
Oh, it's so funny. Newburgh, Oregon.
Are you guys ready for our what the facts?
Yeah, let's do it.
Which
What the facts, man?
as always, before we get there, I mention everybody to like and subscribe. It lets people know that you enjoy the content. It reminds you that we have new content coming up. Please take a moment to like and subscribe. It's happening down in the general area down there. All right, which brings us to our next segment. What the fact? If you have not seen the show before, I will ask trivia questions to these wonderful folks, and you guys will try and guess the answer. And also simultaneously, if folks in chat want to guess the answer, they can. However, the first one, Joy cannot guess because Joy is the one who gave me this question. So, Joy, you were out of the running, but Melissa, I'm going to come to you first.
Okay.
Okay, and I preface this by saying I do not know how to say this word, but you'll be able to read it on the screen. Anatidaephobia is the fear of what? All right, you ready for your choices? You want to take a look at the word and get all your like? I'm assuming I'm assuming you took Latin in school.
Twice.
Yeah. Is it the fear of an empty beer glass?
Ooh.
Is it a fear that a duck is watching you? Or is it C, that a dog can read your mind?
Oh my god, I love it so much.
Definitely one of these three, and only one of these three. But which one is it?
Okay. Just that a duck is watching me, or an empty beer glass.
Mm-hmm. The dog reading your mind is an empty beer glass, or that a duck is watching.
These are all real fears, aren't they?
They are.
ESP dog. I'm gonna go with empty beer glass.
Okay. What?
Just like Anna feels like anti or like something's missing.
Okay.
And then Tidea, maybe it's like a tide, like something water.
All right.
I'm gonna go with empty beer glass.
All right, Heather, what do you think?
I'm also going with empty beer glass, and the only reason I'm going with empty beer glass is because Joy submitted it. So I'm going to go with empty beer glass.
So it must be her. It must be that.
Yeah. I just feel
my
like
backup choice would be a duck. My backup choice would be duck.
Backup choice would be duck. Okay. Well, you should have gone with your backup choice because it fear that a duck is watching you. It came with a little graphic with like a duck that was just like staring at somebody.
Fear.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sorry not to shame anyone's fears, but I just did.
Yeah.
My mom strangled a goose when she was a kid.
Oh my God.
To death?
I don't think to death. It was chasing her, and she got real scared, and then she I can only imagine my mother, who is very similar to me but a little smaller, like as a little kid, like running away from a duck and then just be like, no, and like grabbing it and just like shaking its neck, or goose rather. Wow. Yes.
Awesome.
So like just stopping in your tracks and be like, I'm not afraid of you.
I would very much like to meet her and hear more about that story.
She's very funny.
Okay, that brings us to question number 2.
All right, number 2 fan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with C, just because the only reason is before you put the choices up, I like in the animated films, right? Like
in the animated films, yeah.
Yeah. When you put the choices up, I was gonna say that I thought they voiced like Rocky and Bullwinkle, so I think that they do some voiceover work. Mm. So I'm just gonna go with that, but I don't really know for a fact.
Okay. Melissa, what do you think?
I love this movie actually, and I feel like a very bad voiceover artist right now for not knowing this. But I just bird. I'm gonna. I don't know why 2 boxing gold medal or 2 boxing golds is screaming at me, but I think it's probably because of how early this movie came out.
Okay.
I feel like boxing would be like a good backup career.
You think Olympic boxing is a good backup career to voiceover artists? Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking into it.
Okay. Cool. Do we have anything from chat? Or I assume we don't have any? Okay.
No guess from Joy.
Yeah. So the actual answer is A.
Oh, I knew it.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
He told exactly 0 people that he was the voice of Bambi when he was in the Marines because he did not think that would help in any way, shape, or form. And did go on to be the youngest drill sergeant, which feels like a very odd thing for the person who voiced Bambi. But now you know.
That's cool.
I wonder if you ever talk to someone and someone was like, do I know you?
Yeah, right?
I bet I like
flower for me.
Yeah. Can you just yeah.
I think it would have made their lives miserable, but I think they would have made his lives miserable too.
Yeah,
True.
So for our third question is in a similar vein of what did this famous person go on to do, but a very different type of person, which is Nick Castle, who was the original Mike Myers in the Halloween movies. What did he go on to do? Did he go on to design expensive fancy knives? Did he go on to direct the Dennis the Menace movie? Or did he go on to get convicted of poisoning his roommate?
Yikes.
One of these is true.
Oh my god.
And again, only one of these is true. What was the eventual fate of Nick Castle, the original Mike Myers from the Halloween movies? Melissa, I'm going to come to you first, even though I feel like I've broken you a little bit.
I know. I want to say Dennis the Menace, but I feel like, whoa, how spooky and weird would that be if he poisoned his roommate? Oh man, I'm gonna go with, because I don't know the actual answer. Who directed Dennis the Menace? I'm gonna say it was Mike Myers.
Okay, you're gonna go with B. It's your answer. Okay. I can't believe you don't know who directed Dennis the Menace, just off the top of your head.
I know.
Heather, what about you? What do you think?
I'm gonna go with A. I don't think it's gonna be that he poisoned his roommate. I could see it being Dennis the Menace, but I can't remember who directed that. And I say remember as if I think I ever knew that fact, because I don't know that I do. So I'm gonna go with A, where you're no longer playing this role, but you're like, what would be a really tongue-in-cheek thing to do? What if I put my money into knives?
I like that. That's clever.
I'm gonna go with A.
Okay. Well, the actual answer is Dennis the Menace.
Wow.
Yay.
Yeah. Good job. Good job.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this was definitely one of the ones where I felt like I had fun. Like, what could it possibly possibly be?
Funny.
Yeah.
Oh man, you really had me with getting convicted, like poisoning his roommate. I was like, oh, could you imagine?
Yeah, I don't know why he went on to direct Dennis the Menace. He directed a few other movies as well, but Dennis the Menace was the funniest of them. So now you know. We've learned about what Bambi went on to. We learned about what Mike Myers went on to, and we learned to be afraid of ducks watching you. So
Yeah.
there's life out there. You just have to go get it.
So that's what we have for What the Fact. That brings us to our I call it it's available now. Normally it was Amazon, now it's Etsy. So Heather, why don't you kick us off with whatever kind of crazy things we have?
Boy. I'd love to. We are going to discuss this beautiful, only 2 left and currently in 2 other people's carts, by the way.
Oh.
Right, which is crap, because that's what it said yesterday, and these people are just holding it in their carts.
I think that's made up. I do.
Yeah.
A unique collection of vintage medical tools, curiosity syringes, different sizes, some original boxes.
Oh.
Returns and exchanges are accepted. I also want to point that out. So, return this once you've gotten it. So this is a sampling of vintage medical tools that you could get. This immediately reminded me of that scene in Little Shop where he opens the drawer, the dentist, he opens the drawer and he's just got all those old medical tools. It's exactly what this made me think of. I was like, okay, vintage medical tools. And then the deeper I dug, I also saw that there were options. So there was set 13, which is sold out, but which appeared to be small-ish syringes. There's lot 15, which is all glass syringes, all at a, kind of normal-ish size. We've got set 21, also all, glass-looking syringes, all fancy. You also can add a personalization. And if you don't wish to, it says enter no, which I love.
What did you just get one that says no on it?
That would be great. I would love if you got one that said no. Honestly, the reviews are weird. Most people are like, great item, loved it. Someone put 5 stars. it's necessary. What more can I say? And I'm like, necessary for what? It's a vintage syringe. What are you using it for?
Right.
Don't use it for real life.
I look at this and I go like, a while back, we've done 2 stories on Rent a Hitman, because Rent a Hitman is a website designed to basically like get people busted for trying to rent a hitman. The whole thing is like that. It's this feels like that too. This feels like if you're buying these syringes, you're up to no good. You have, there's no reason beyond I'm a person who designs movie sets.
Yeah.
To own these syringes.
Really the only reason that I could think of that you would want this. Like you
Right.
are doing a, and I feel like I would order it, and that's exactly what I would put in the fucking comment box. I would be like, "Hey, I am working for Universal's production of Autopsy of a Mannequin or something," and like I would specify.
Right, but it's this, and I experiment with humans in my basement are the only reasons that you buy these.
Only 2 reasons.
And it's upsetting that they, like, the 2 people have it in their carts.
It's upsetting that it's on, like, brown canvas. Like, why not? Nothing clean about these.
I also found the staging of this photo really disturbing. And the fact that the giant one is just in the middle. I'm like, that's... Yeah.
What's the use for the big one? Except for, like, cows. Like, that's...
I hope that's what the idea was. Because I looked at that, I was like, what the hell do you even use that for?
Right. And even if you want to go, like, well, maybe it's for a little bit more liquid, like, it's so big. Like, when you're filling the whole fucking thing up, that's...
Yeah.
It's all murder tools. They're all murder tools.
It is murder tools. I'm with you. It's murder tools. I agree.
Vintage murder tools. Is what that should be.
Yeah. And they come in the original box. Like, that's...
Original packaging, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, you know, when you want to murder, but you want to make sure you're murdering, but you're doing it, like...
fresh.
You know, correct.
Right. And
you got all the... Right.
And here's the thing. As we go through our items today, like, this one is maybe staged the least creepy.
I know.
Like, I think we should move on.
I think we're ready.
Yeah. Do you want to do anything else from the reviews or anything like that, or are we good to move on?
No, I think we're good. Most of the reviews are disturbingly positive. They're just like, just what I needed. Loved it. Thank you. No great gift, surprisingly. So
okay.
At least no one's buying it as a gift.
All right. So Melissa, why don't you share what your item is?
Oh, absolutely. I have available now today. 3 people have purchased this in the last 24 hours. It is a hot item right now. I have, where's the title of this? Let's see. It is Teeth Toothbrush Novelty Gag Gift. It is teeth toothbrushes. It's a toothbrush with teeth on it. And it does not specifically say whether or not they're real teeth, but it does says recommended by 0 doctors. These teeth toothbrushes, if placed in the mouth, could cause intense bleeding, wounds, poisoning, death, eldritch horrors, finally released from their prisons, the end of days, and tummy aches. It's the perfect item to spruce up your bathroom, gift to an unsuspecting friend, or carry in your purse to freak people out anywhere, anytime. Yes.
Yeah, and if you were to just see this photo, you would go like, okay, that's creepy. Funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they throw this sucker here.
Yeah, and then they're like, do you need to be convinced? Here you go.
Right. Here's blood in a sink. Like,
I don't get it.
And this is clearly 4 feet over from the syringes. Like,
oh yeah.
There is no
different
doubt.
Color.
But same room. Like just looking at the images, like it feels like it's a similar lighting. It feels like
they are friends. Yeah. They're definitely friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is look all 5-star reviews. There's 1 4-star review with no actual review, just 4 stars.
Okay.
But 19 5-star reviews. Absolutely amazing specimen. This is such a funny prop for me to use. It's gonna be hilarious for a Halloween costume. The packaging is funny too. Packaged arrived safely and quickly with a handwritten note. Definitely cheered up my day. Highly recommend. Yeah, there's this.
I don't want a handwritten note with this.
I also love. This is so unsettling. It's probably the grossest thing I've ever purchased, but I cannot stop laughing. I love.
I don't know what they're laughing about. I just don't understand what they're laughing about specifically.
No, and then like a nice little item for my collection of unusual things.
Oh no, I don't like that person at all. I don't trust them. Nope. At least the one that's like, this is weird. You know, they know what they're saying.
Like, this is hilarious and strange.
Yeah. I'm not convinced.
This will go in my closet.
I'm not convinced that's fake blood either. Like, I'm...
No, same.
You know, and it's only $20.
Yeah.
It's a real funny thing. There's like real pictures too. Like, so this person also sells like resin teeth jewelry, and other.
So only creepy shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like charm bracelets with teeth on them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's real weird. And then the people, you know, because like Etsy, if you've ever purchased anything from Etsy, it'll always say, send a review or send a picture. Justin doesn't get teeth humor. But you'll like send a review or send a picture of you with the actual item or like, you know, whatever. And so people have posted many pictures of them with their items that they have
with
purchased.
These teeth?
There is a toothbrush holder with real toothbrushes and then the teeth toothbrush in it, and that lives in someone's house with like a very normal like Colgate.
Oh my god, I'm on it. I'm looking at it. No.
Yep.
No. You freaking weirdo. What?
Oh, I don't love it.
Oh my god, look at the bracelet. No.
Yeah, bracelet, charm bracelet.
Yeah.
I love this creepy hecking bracelet. Everyone who's seen it is upset at me wearing fake human teeth, and I'm cackling. 20 out of 10.
Do you want to share it? Do you want to do the screen share thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
We probably shouldn't, but let me know when you're ready.
Remind me which button that is.
It says screen share on it. It's down at the bottom. I don't know. Hey.
Oh yeah, toggle screen sharing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so funny.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't do it right now because this computer is too new, and I have to change too many permissions.
You can go to Curvy Girl Artistry, CURVEY, Curve Y Girl Artistry.
Mm-hmm.
You can get teeth earrings and bracelets.
Wow, those earrings are.
No, thank you.
Wow.
Okay,
it's like one molar and one front tooth. Like, just do 2 molars, I think, right?
Oh no! Wait, now there's another link to someone else.
I like that you're arguing. I like that you're arguing for teeth fashion. You're like, come on.
At least it's symmetrical.
Yeah.
Wait, but there's another person that, like, if you like this, how about, you know what? I'm going to save it, because maybe I'll look at it next week.
I went down that hole. It gets real gross.
I'm saving it, Dustin, and I'm going to send it to you for next week, and we're going to continue with teeth.
Okay. Well, in that vein, let's move on to our third item. Joyce saying, I don't get teeth humor. I might not. Yeah. It's possible. But I do get being horrified by teeth-related things. Because I would argue that this was like, what we were just looking at was maybe like the cheap, funny teeth-related things. But I'm going to bring up the dental model. It's vintage. If you want to practice working on somebody, I don't understand the whole helmet or like plastic visor thing that's happening there. I don't understand why it seemingly has to have eyes. I don't understand why it has to be horrified. Like,
yeah, why is its mouth open like it's screaming?
Yeah. So that's the like That's the profile. This is the straight on.
Oh,
If you want to be super creeped out. So let me ask you. Let me ask you a question. We know that the teeth brush was $20, and if you wanted to get this vintage dentist model so you could practice working on human teeth, how much would you pay?
Nope.
I mean, I know the answer is $0. I know the answer is you would pay to not have this in your home. But how much do you think people would pay for this?
One gold toilet.
Oh. I know the answer to what they are actually charging for this, but
Okay.
I think if we were doing a show and someone was like, I need this for a prop, like $50. I would spend maybe $50 on this for a prop.
Right. Melissa, do you have
How
a
much for your vintage medical tools?
Oh,
I think they were about $50.
yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
So,
They were $68. The vintage medical tools.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is 68. This is
Yeah,
20.
This is 20.
Joy's guessing 100.
Okay, Joy's gonna go on 100.
Yeah, it's vintage dentist model.
Mm-hmm. This thing of nightmares.
Oh.
This screaming horror.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Andy popping up in the chat saying, the horror here is flesh-colored covering.
Yes.
I
With
do
no
agree.
lips. I think that's
Right.
what's freaking me out.
Yeah.
It's,
All right.
Well, and also you know what freaks out too? Like, why does it have to have the little, like, grommets or whatever it is? Like, why do we need that? Yeah, what purpose does the skin serve? No answer. No answer. Because it's not, it's not a real person. Why do you need the skin? Great point, Andy. Great point.
I mean, it's got the eyes. I don't even know if those are eyes specifically. Whatever it wants to be eyes. It's all horrifying.
That's the nail. That's the thing holding
the
it to
grommet.
the skull.
To this terrifying skull.
Don't put them in eye places. Then it's looking at me.
Cheekbones. Those are cheekbones, man. Yeah, why scan it? Nobody knows.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna. My guess is 180.
Why this
Okay.
display?
All right. So far we got 180. Heather said she would go with 50. The actual answer
That's crazy.
is $841.
Yeah.
That they
And I
think.
Yeah.
What? Go ahead.
I like that they want you to know, not a copy.
No, this is the original.
Also,
Creepy fucking
phantom
thing.
mannequin. Why is it a
You can
phantom?
pay 4 installments of $210.
$210 to have this
Why is there
horror.
a plus sign? You can opt to pay more.
I guess.
What's the option? Oh no, this is awful.
Wait, yeah, what's the option, Dustin, where it says foot? What happens?
Oh, I don't know. Can you click on it? I can't.
I can't. Hold on.
Oh yeah, including the foot stand. It is $903.
Oh, that's the stand.
Wait, the stand doesn't come with it?
No.
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit. That's bullshit.
Although, if you guys, I want to tell you, Dustin, since you have screenshotted this, it has gone up like
What?
90 cents. It is now $842.16.
What?
What? Why?
I didn't even know that could happen.
What are these arbitrary change? Like I don't understand.
I didn't know Etsy was like a freaking airline. What?
I don't. They've changed the price. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
It is
select an
now
option, including foot stand
$842.16.
without round foot. Yep. Put this on top of your Christmas tree. Yes? Yeah, why not?
Oh my god!
Jesus.
Why?
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Does it
God
say?
bless
Does the jaw close? It doesn't
I'm
close, does it?
looking through the pictures on this now. Oh my god, it's so bad.
There's like a place you could open the back to in some sort of weird kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh god, it's horrifying.
They don't show it with the mouth closed.
No.
Oh, gross.
I mean, it's a dentist tool, so I think they assume that you're always going to be working on the teeth. Like if it closed the mouth, like what are you doing there? But
Oh, okay, wait. Here we go.
Okay.
Life-size dentist model for teaching dates from the 50s. The lower part, which is in rubber, can be replaced. However, No extra lower jaws are included to replace it with. The foot is not original. It is an old machine part. This is an old original item and not a copy. Wow.
Oh, wow. That's just...
So if everybody wants to sort of chip in and spend $800 and apparently $42.
Yes. Wow. That's
so bad.
Yep.
I don't know that I wow.
Have ever been so unsettled?
Yep.
I mean, I gotta throw out there that it's coming from Denmark, which
maybe that's
the weirder or less weird. Oh, this seller's got all kinds of tooth shit. Look at this freak. All right. Again, I'm sorry. I don't mean to call people freaks. I apologize. It's just a little.
Everybody's a freak about something, right?
Yes, exactly. Everyone's a freak about something.
We're all freaks about
Vintage
something.
medical sterilizer.
Cool.
Antique blown clear glass gun filled with sprinkles, because that fits the theme we're going for. That definitely fit.
Don't worry. We got future shows coming up. I feel like
we do. All right, let me not. Yeah, you're right. Let me not worry. Let me not ruin these.
Yeah.
And then some lamps. A series of completely sensible lamps that are not at all terrifying.
Yeah.
It's fucking good. I mean, I hope he gets his. I hope he gets his $842 and change.
For his terrifying.
Like, that's somebody who has something that they know it's rare, but they kind of don't want to sell it.
Yeah, there is a theory that's like, you overpriced things.
You priced it really high in hopes that no one buys
You're like,
it.
well, if someone's willing to spend this, then I'll take the money. Then it'll be worth it. But
yeah.
So
But-
weird.
So I guess my question to you guys is, if it was in your house, and the only way to get rid of it was to give people money to take it, how much money would you spend to not have it in your house?
$842.16.
And that's how they got it. And that's how they got
I got it. Yeah.
it. Cool. Well, that about does it for our stories this week. Which, you're not going to sleep until next week anyway because of all the horrifying things that we've showed you.
I'm just still laughing at what purpose does the skin serve? Why skin?
Wait, hold on. No, Andy, I just want to say, wouldn't it be creepier if it didn't have skin? If it were just a skull, would that be creepier?
No, I think the skin. I'm going to answer, but Andy, please feel free if you're in the chat still to chime in. But I think the skin is, it's pretty terrifying. It's off-putting.
Would you want it to just be a rogue mouth? Would you want it to be a skull?
So. Yeah, I think so.
Although if it is for if you think about if I were going to dental school in a practical situation, I would want to know what it feels like to get in there. So you'd have to stretch that rubber and stuff to clean those back teeth, right?
Right.
I also want to know why it's missing teeth.
Because they're working on them. Because stuff's happening.
I think they put them in the teeth brush.
Yeah. Because, you don't know what it's like to work around. If it was just a mouth, people would, not understand what it's like to work around, a tongue or a nose or something like that. You need all these things there to learn.
I wonder what that terrifying tongue is made of.
Yeah, I'm going to, between now and some future show,
You're gonna buy it?
between now and some future show, I have a friend who is a dentist who went to dental school.
Okay.
Clearly, they've done something in them, since the 50s for them to practice on. So I'm going to see if I can't find out what they do now, as opposed to, or if this is the standard model of craziness.
I'm going to throw out there, knowing what we have planned for the last show before the holidays. I'm going to say if you can have that, you try and get that before then.
Okay, I will do my best.
I think it's going to be a good show.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the end of our show, guys.
Yay!
Melissa, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. That was really fun.
Yeah. Where can people find out more about what you got going on?
Well, currently you can, I'm on Instagram at Melissa Parker Caron, or you can follow me at Red Shirts Musical Improv with Heather. We are on Sunday, December 10th. We will be the finale show of the 5th Annual International Human Rights Arts Festival at the Tank. We are at the 7 o'clock block, short 10-minute plays before us, and then Red Shirts Musical Improv will be closing out the entire festival. So.
Also, I don't have a graphic for that because you didn't.
Oh, that's okay. I meant to send it and I didn't, and it's all right. But yes, December 10th, 7 o'clock. The festival runs, I think, a whole 5 days, like the 4th through the 10th. There's tons of amazing shows supporting all different types of walks of life, supporting human rights in the arts.
Awesome, cool. And Heather, what do you got coming up?
Obviously what Melissa just said. You can also find, again, Red Shirts Musical Improv, find out more about what we're doing. Melissa, I thought we had another show coming up at like a 6:15 at the Pit. Am I wrong?
Am I wrong?
I don't know. I just opened our calendar and I'm like, nope, I don't think we do. So I think I may have been wrong about that. That being said, come to our final show. I thought it was like the week of the 12th of December, somewhere in there. But you know what? Come to Sketch at the Tank, 7 p.m., December 12th. It's our last show of the season. Dustin is directing us. We will be doing all kinds of sketches, including perhaps a musical number. It's going to be bonkers. So all of our shows are sold out, so get your tickets ahead of time.
Awesome. And then for me, the usual thing of you can follow me at DDATO on Instagram, or you can follow us at Super Important Stuff to find out our upcoming guests and different things that are going on, and when we're not going to have a show and all that kind of stuff like that. And as she mentioned, check out Roadhouse, and I think that's about it. So I'm trying to hit all the right buttons at the right time, which brings us to the very end. We will be back next week with another fun show. Melissa, thank you again so much for being here. And we'll see you guys again next week. Bye.
Yay.